and welcome to Unreal 2: The Awakening. So, this is the indirect sequel to Unreal. Indirect because it actually doesn't have much to do with the original. And actually that's one of the things that people don't really get when they start playing the game. And that's why this game's reputation is generally pretty low. If you don't expect this game to be anywhat related to the original, then this game is pretty great. Otherwise, yeah, people tend to be disappointed. So, it was developed by Legend Entertainment, who were part of Atari at the time, and they also had a pretty huge time crunch at the end, because Atari were demanding this game to be released early, and Legend Entertainment had to comply, and the result was a pretty unfinished game, unfortunately. But we'll see what actually we got out of that anyway. And as usual, I will be playing this game not blind, like with the other Unreal Engine games. And this game actually has a difficulty selection. And also, it has difficulty selection in the in-game options as well. Meaning that I can change it at any time, which means that, as per my usual policy, I will start with the hardest one, and then if I fail too many times, I will fall back to the lower ones. Which I know I will, because I have never beaten the game on normal. I always get stuck at one particular place, and I have to go to easy. But let's start with Unreal and see what happens.
Commander Hawkins, sir.
Good to see you, Dalton. I'll get right to the point. Your request for reinstatement in the Marines has been denied. Again. I know you're disappointed, but we can try again in 6 months.
Can I bucket up the line?
I spoke with General Drexler personally. It was no go.
Damn.
When you return to your ship, you'll have a new pilot. He's a Hex Corps alien named Naban. We got him in an officer exchange program. He's some kind of muckety-muck on his home planet, and the brass want him kept out of harm's way. You've got the quietest patrol, so you're it.
I'm getting mighty tired of babysitting the ass end of nowhere.
The Colonial Authority isn't so bad, John.
We don't see as much action as the Marines, but our tradition of service is just as strong.
Save it for the recruits, sir. I know the score.
Stow it, Dalton. We've got a new refresher course set up in the basement. Either give it a run or get back to your ship. Dismissed. Do you want to take the training run, or get back to your ship?
I could use a refresher.
All right. Dismissed.
Alright, so we are playing as John Dalton, who is a member of the TCA, the Terran Colonial Authority, which is basically a police force, a galactic police force for the humans. And he used to be a Marine, and he wants to be reinstated, but apparently that's not happening. This guy is a Marine.
Glad you could drop by, Marshal.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Yeah. Also, this guy's a Kai. Yeah, they're the silent type. Yeah, this guy is the commander. He is the person to which we have to account for.
Safe journey, John.
Thanks. And General Drexler is apparently his contact in the Marines. Also, I think Drexler is a reference to one of the artists in Star Trek, just like the name John Dalton here is actually a reference to one of the people who worked on this game, Scott Dalton, who was, I think, the lead programmer or something? Maybe project lead altogether. These guys are also Marines. And this is the headquarters of the TCA. Don't fall down, it's a very long way down. Also, unlike in other games in the series, in this game if you crouch, you can still fall off ledges, so don't do that. Alright. So now we have to go and take a refresher course, which is down in the basement. Also, that is our dropship there, the Peacemaker. We use that to get to our ship, the Atlantis. Also, that is a planetary cannon, which this complex uses as an anti-air or even anti-space battery. So that's cool. Oh yeah, and we have objectives. Go to the elevator, run through the TCA training program. Alright, will do. So whereas the first game was a survival game, this is actually more of an RPG. FPS, action stuff. So yeah, this game I personally view more as a prototype of Mass Effect than a successor to Unreal, because honestly that's pretty much what they were aiming for, if you read the docs, the design docs for the game. And we are in this kind of a storage place, I suppose. We can do all kinds of stuff, but we're supposed to go here.
How you doing, Marshal? I heard you'd be here. Let me reboot the system.
Hi there.
Name's Raph. I'll take you through the program. All set. Go on in.
Alright. So, all kinds of consoles and whatnot. Generally, the style of this game kind of reminds me of Star Trek Enterprise. Possibly not accidentally, because Star Trek Enterprise was airing at the time of the development of the game. Also, nice donut and coffee. Can I have some? Aw. Alright. So.
Hello again, and welcome to the Avalon Training Center. The course is lined with holo projectors, so I'll be with you all the way. Now wait a second while I take a scan. Sensors indicate you wearing XAF power armor. Let me dig up those specs. Ah, here they are. Not bad. The XAF series isn't the toughest battle armor available, but it's pretty damn versatile. Underwater capable, rechargeable shields, plasma heads-up display. Score one for the good old Terran Colonial Authority. Let's take a look at your HUD. Health and shield indicators are in the upper left. Ammo indicators are upper right. The top counts down your current clip. Underneath is the amount you have in reserve. Available weapons show up down the right. Your suit also scans for important objects like switches and panels, even people. Come over and look at me to activate the use reticle, then hit your use control.
Alright, so what this tutorial is saying is that now the weapons have clips. All of them have clips, and you have to reload the weapons. Well, except for the dispersion pistol, but you'll see why. Also, we have the power armor, as he said. This is how we look from the third-person view, in case you're wondering. You can actually do that and look at yourself if you use the right codes. Toggle behind view. Also, we have shields and health. Well, it's almost the same thing, except that if you're low on health, you may die before you get through all the shields. Also, as this guy said, it's like not supposed to be the best armor in the game, except you cannot actually change armors in this game by default. There are different armor sets actually that change basically your shield and the damage that you take. However, Legend Entertainment did not have the time to implement everything properly. So, whoops! But we'll see more about that once we get to the multiplayer part of the game. Anyway, so let's talk to him.
Using someone will get their attention so you can talk to them. Sometimes your suit will give you numbered options of things to say. Go ahead, pick a number.
Yep, so we have choices and we can do different things. This is a dialogue system that's pretty cool and it's very easy to use actually, but again, the game designers didn't really do much with it. You can select different options in pretty much every situation, but they don't really mean much different. So, why am I talking to a hologram?
Why am I talking to a hologram?
Who knows? My mother talks to a cat. Let's keep moving. Next up is agility training. Go use the button next to the exit.
So I left the player speed option at 1.25 just to see what the difference is, because I always used to play at 1.0 and I just want to see how different it is. Also, I probably can use the additional speed.
While you're on the obstacle course, you'll hear me through your suit's radio. It's a good unit with excellent range that even extends off-planet if the signal's strong enough. Stand by while I configure the course for your suit. Let's start with something simple. Jump over these blocks.
Alright, these things. The electricity
Not
things.
bad, but not every jump is so easy. You jump straight up and don't stop, you'll drag yourself onto that ledge. It's called mantling. Give it a try.
So these things are field generators. They can block your way. These ones are actually hilariously huge. In fact, I would love for these ones to be in the XMP multiplayer, but by default they're very small in there and they don't stop anyone. But we'll see later, of course.
Alright, now crouch down and crawl under these blocks. Don't worry, I won't let him drop any further.
How about no? There's this place that you can actually land on. Now I remember that there is a secret here somewhere. I want to get it. Also, there are footstep sounds for everything. Yep, there's a secret. This game has a lot of nifty secrets, and in fact, I'm pretty sure that I don't even know all of them. So, yeah. And let's do the right thing now.
Great. Go through that door. It's time for the good stuff. Weapons. Let's start with every rookie's first gun. The dispersion pistol.
You're a hologram. How are you walking? Come on now.
Go ahead. Grab it. Not a very realistic target. Sorry, it's been an epic wait for the tech upgrade. Take a couple practice shots.
And that was a reference to the game's development. Like I said, Atari really rushed them, but that was in response to the people who were waiting for the game to come out, and they were getting really, well, impatient with it. So Atari had to force them to quickly create the game and whatnot, and it still took longer than they expected. So, like they said, it was an epic wait for a tech upgrade, which I think is a reference to Unreal Engine 2.
The dispersion pistol doesn't pack a whole lot of punch, but it's always there for you because it never runs out of ammo. Give the alternative fire a try. It builds up a charge and then releases a bigger blast.
I did it. Oh, it doesn't count. So the effects in this game are really spectacular. All the particle effects are amazing. And in fact, the particle system itself is a joy to use, and they made the system work pretty much the same way all the way in Unreal Engine 3, because in Unreal Engine 2 the default particle system is way worse. Okay,
He never knew what hit him. Enough of the pop gun, let's take a look at a real weapon. The combat assault rifle is a marshal's best friend. Load it up with ammo and mow down this dangerous desperado.
And yes, the dispersion pistol only has 8 ammo, but it... And if you're low on ammo, then charging will take longer, but it will still charge up. This is the combat assault rifle.
The car's primary fire mode is fully automatic, and it goes through rounds of uranium shards like candy. While you're firing, watch the upper right of your HUD to see the ammo drain from the current clip. Always try to find a quiet moment to reload before combat. Otherwise, you may find yourself caught having to reload in the middle of a firefight. The car's alt fire is a concentrated bolt of 5 shards that breaks on impact and will even bounce off walls. See if you can ricochet a bolt against the wall and hit the target.
I already did.
Catch on quick. This next weapon isn't standard issue, but what the hell? Sometimes you just gotta have fun. weapon is more versatile and dangerous than the grenade launcher. It holds up to 6 different types of ammo, and each has radically different uses. The standard is your basic fragmentation grenade. Use a few to blast away these little guys.
Yep. That's from, of course, Return to Na Pali.
Notice that tapping your primary fire makes the grenades explode on contact. If you're aiming on the run, hit something near your enemy and he'll feel it. Holding down the trigger on the primary fire engages the timing mechanism, so you can bounce the grenades around some before they explode. Use your alt fire to switch between grenade types. The crosshair on your HUD will tell you which one is chambered. I've given you some incendiary grenades, so load them up and prepare for a show.
Yep. So frag grenades are regular grenades. Okay, just do that. Incendiary grenades. A bit more spectacular. They also put enemies on fire.
You're a natural, Dalton. Hey, I need to test some new features I just loaded. How about you and I go one-on-one?
And, this is the secret. You can train on Nali. Alright, and also, as they said that you can bounce the grenade some if you hold the trigger and then release. I have never found any use for that. I have no idea why other people sometimes do. But contact grenades are the best thing ever, bouncy grenades are the worst thing ever. And I don't know why others have different opinions in other Unreal Tournament games.
Here's how it works. I play as a holo and my weapons are holographic too, but they'll register on your armor as real hits. If you die, you go back to full health and shields, but I score a point. If I die, you get a point. Whoever gets the 5 first, wins. If you get a kill, be sure to run over my holo corpse so your power armor absorbs any remaining energy and applies it to your shields. If you want to bail at any time, just push the button next to the exit and go on through. One last word of advice. Load up on ammo before you go in.
Alright, so basically this is deathmatch. Also, the vertical menu like that was adopted in Unreal Tournament 4. So I'm happy. Something from this game actually gets representation. Alright, and my basic primary weapon is the combat assault rifle. I actually like to use it throughout the whole game, which is possibly why I keep not doing well on it. But hey. Also, can I save? I can. Interesting.
Anytime you're ready. Bring it, Dalton. Score one for you. You're lucky I'm virtual.
Oh no. And now I'm dead. There's something there.
You're lucky I'm virtual.
Oh. Has a real launcher. But he's terrible at it.
Shot.
Still winning, even on
You're lucky I'm virtual. 5 points. You win. Congratulations. You wanna go again?
Maybe next time.
Good enough. Come on through the exit.
And this is an energy pickup for recharging the shield. Alright, so that went better than I expected. Still, it could have gone even better. Oh, there were grenades there too.
Recharge your health and shields. Just step inside each station and they'll work automatically.
Yeah, this is an interesting idea. These recharge your health and shields by some points. They can be set to regenerate the number of things that they heal. And in a sense it makes for a very interesting alternative for health and shield pickups, even in Unreal Tournament games. And I have made a mod that brings these things into Unreal Tournament 2004. That's pretty fun. I don't think you can actually get anywhere interesting in here. You can, like, get all the way up here, but you can't actually go through the barbed wire. Oh well. Oh, you can actually go here, okay. But it doesn't matter. And we're back at the start. This is the scanning room.
Oh, that was great. Can't remember when I've had such a blast. You know, if I put 2 flags in there, I could sell tickets, maybe get someone to sponsor a tournament. Those guys over at Leandri have more money than brains. Good luck, Marshal. Go keep the frontier safe.
That's obviously a reference to Unreal Tournament. And that will be all for now, and see you all next time, once we get to something resembling an actual game and not just a tutorial. So, later.